And we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 414. Today is Tuesday, June 18th, and I'm your host, Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 3-ish. And I am here today, have some great news stories for you, starting with the top story. I'm sure you've heard Facebook unveils Libra cryptocurrency, targeting 1.7 billion unbanked. Going along with that story, I'll also discuss Libra's white paper. It shows how Facebook borrowed from Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a number of other cryptocurrencies. Canadian pharmacy to track cannabis via blockchain and new pilot program. And last but not least, Litecoin Foundation to release physical cryptocurrency debit card. But first, let's take a look at some of these market updates for today. It's looked like red across the board, starting with Bitcoin down to $9,009, down 3.7% today. Ripple took a huge hit last night, down to 42 cents, down 6.2%. Ethereum is at $262, down 4.5%. Bcash at $406 is down 6% as well. EOS dropped below the $7 mark after passing it, which took them down 6.3%. And finally, Litecoin down 1.8% to $133. So let's take a look at who we have in the chat today. Tonio, what's going on, boss? Jizzy Mac, thank you for joining in. No notifications. I don't know why. Like I said, we've discussed it with YouTube. We've discussed it with a number of different platforms, but it seems as though it's just a bug or something they have to fix. Haven't got a concrete answer. So hopefully getting those notifications in here. Monique Michelle, John Caldwell, thank you all for joining in on Facebook as well. So we do not have a cryptic coin winner today. However, we will have that chance tomorrow once we are linked back up. But for today, let's start with our top story. Man, it's been a long time coming. Facebook unveils Libra cryptocurrency targeting 1.7 billion unbanked. Wow. I mean, honestly, let's just take a step back, people. Most people have heard us talk about Facebook's cryptocurrency with quotation marks. Being, not a real cryptocurrency, doesn't have as much. But let's take a step back and just realize that, hey, Facebook, along with a bunch of other companies, are getting cryptocurrencies. And there was just an interview with one of the Gemini twins who said that almost every company in the FAANG stocks range will have their own cryptocurrency. So let's give ourselves a hand clap. It's been a long time coming. Oh, man, it's been a long time. I've been here 6 years. I'm sure a lot of people here have been here for some years as well. We finally have, basically they gave up. They didn't say, they were going to go against Bitcoin per se, but they are getting their own cryptocurrency. So let's take a deep dive into it. I definitely want to make sure we have a nuanced approach to Facebook's project Libra, because I have reviewed the white paper. I've seen the commentary on it. Most people are like, if they're crypto people, they're like, oh, bad. Facebook's terrible. Get it out the way. I don't want it. Then there's people who are like, hey, from the regulation side, we can use Facebook for fiat, and it can be more powerful than the US dollar. So let's take a look. One of the biggest things is you don't have to have a Facebook account to use Libra. You can literally use Libra without ever having touched Facebook. And with Tuesday's announcement, it includes a Facebook subsidiary known as Calibra, which is an independent consortium backed by some of tech's biggest names. So I want to jump in here and show you some of these big names in tech that are supporting Libra, because if you don't know, Facebook has a connection with almost every big company in the world because they have Facebook accounts. They have login authentication technology where Facebook, if you ever logged into an account, it says log in with Facebook, log in with Google. That is because they have partnerships with these companies. So some of these companies include Lyft, Uber, Visa, MasterCard, Stripe, eBay, PayPal, Coinbase, Kiva. It goes down the line and it keeps going. Spotify. It literally does not stop. It goes to Ribbit Capital, Vodafone, and these are just the ones that have started at this point. There will be definitely more companies that join. That's why I said that list won't stop because more people are being added. But these people are partners with Facebook to unroll this cryptocurrency. In total, there are 28 members of this association, and customers interested in holding or transferring the Libra token will be given a number of options to do so. So once again, Calibra is the subsidiary that is running it. Mostly, it'll be just like a cryptocurrency in regards that you'll have a digital wallet and it was built on a blockchain. Now, this blockchain is private. This blockchain will use nodes that are purchased. The first price I heard was $10 million a piece. So if you got 10 million laying around, hey, shout out to you to get a node if you want to use Facebook's coin. I don't plan on it at all, but some people may. Access to money is what they're focusing on. However, they're not really going about it the same way crypto has. They're saying that, hey, we got 2 billion people on our platform. Let's introduce this cryptocurrency to them. And people who are unbanked, they don't even have to use Facebook. They can use it. But once again, it will not be a cryptocurrency, so to say, simply because it is a stable coin. It is literally a one-to-one fiat-backed coin that it won't be just USD. It'll be German, Japanese yen. It'll be different countries' currencies backing Facebook's coin. So that was actually pretty smart, because if they relied only on USD and the USD failed, that would suck for them. And if any other currency were to go down, this basically gives them a basket of currencies to use. And over time, this will work out for them, I believe. So Facebook is not technically in competition with Bitcoin, in my opinion, because it's not a cryptocurrency completely. It is, from the fact that it is able to have nodes and you can, validate transactions. They have public and private keys. However, there is no open source mining. There is no, they've basically taken a lot of open source projects and pieces it together like Voltron. But I'll discuss that when I talk about the Libra white paper. But overall, they will not have the same setup as a cryptocurrency. So one of the things they've stated here is that the cost of exclusion is high. For example, approximately 70% of small businesses lack access to credit, and 25 billion is lost by migrants every year through remittance fees. So they are trying to tackle the problem of getting people banked. However, when I talk to people who are in marketing, people who are, economic type thinking people, this is all a farce, in my opinion, because if you can get everybody in the world who doesn't have a bank to use your currency, you essentially become more powerful than the banks and fiat currency itself. So on the surface, it looks as though, hey, yeah, we'll include everybody in the financial system. However, you're going to have to turn over that information if you haven't already. You don't even have to do KYC on Facebook. They already got it. They got your name. They got the dates of where you were, who you were with. They got your best friends, your cousins, your family members, even your grandmother who never uses Facebook. They got a real name. They have a bloodline right under. So they have everything they need in place in order to launch this currency. However, it remains to be seen if they will have some sort of privacy. They did say it. Zuckerberg, I don't trust him. He doesn't even blink. You know how I feel about people who don't blink very often. To me, he's like a cyborg. I don't really trust him with our money, but he would, from a regulation standpoint, be in compliance with the money transfer and the PayPal type business that they will have. So let's jump into our next story, which is continuation of this. It is about Libra's white paper. So for those of you watching, just an update, Facebook has unveiled this white paper, and deep diving into it last night and this morning. One of the things I noticed is how much they borrowed from Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies. This was also reported on by CoinDesk. But they've stated here that the 29-page paper describes a protocol designed to evolve as it powers a new global currency. They've described it as the Libra blockchain is a decentralized, programmable database designed to support a low volatility cryptocurrency that will have the ability to serve as an effective medium of exchange for billions around the world. The decentralized part, decentralization, people, is on a spectrum. So you have to realize there's no completely decentralized and there's no completely centralized. It's all on the spectrum. So crypto is closer to decentralization. It's almost there. However, you can't, because of humans, you can't literally have complete decentralization, but we're as close as it gets. Facebook, however, their decentralization will come amongst those 28 companies I just mentioned. That is their decentralization plan. But, let's jump into this paper and some of the things that copy the different cryptocurrencies. So here on CoinDesk, it says, like Bitcoin, there's no real identity on the blockchain. This is definitely a lie. The Libra protocol says that it does not link accounts to real world identity. The user is free to create multiple accounts with multiple key pairs. And they have no inherent link to each other, unless when you send those payments or when you accept payments, your IP address is linked. That is linked. So it may not have your name per se. However, if your IP address is linked and the IP address has a history with your name on it, with your computer, with the purchase from your bank account, they can't find it. So don't let this, overshadow the fact that Bitcoin is truly decentralized and private. This one, or can be private. Facebook isn't. Like Hyperledger is permission. They have founding members like MasterCard and Visa, eBay and Lyft, like we just stated, and they have some venture capitalists involved. So people that want to be in control, sort of the kingmakers or queen makers, will be in control of this blockchain. Don't like it one bit because these are the same people that are in control right now. True decentralization does not include a consortium of people meeting together in a dark room with cigar smoke, so to say, and coming up with how we should run this currency. However, it's unfortunate. This is what it is. Let me jump into some of the people joining into the telecast here before I continue on with this white paper. Let's see. Roger Harden, what's going on, bro? Yeah, my thoughts on Zuckbucks. Yep, definitely talking now. Digibyte Unlimited Network Crypto Videos. Thanks for joining back in. Joining us. Will, what's going on, boss? Richard Terween, thanks for joining in as well. Jizzy Mac, thank you for joining. Oh, and the Game My Peep, thanks for the donation. I appreciate that, definitely. Decentralized, can I get one on layaway? I doubt it. Will Libra be on Coinbase? I don't think it'll be on Coinbase, but Coinbase is a part of the group that will have nodes, I believe, and they'll be able to validate transactions. And I'm pretty sure from a payment standpoint, it's sort of competition, Coinbase versus Libra, or a different type of competition. Let's see. Digibyte, thank you for your contribution as well. I believe, let's see, keep up with what all you do for the community. It is priceless. Definitely. Appreciate you, my man. Well, I will definitely keep it up. Sergeant Crypto, what's going on, brother? Tony Nolly, super smart. Cut your fees in half and get 4 times as many customers and still maintain control. Yeah, I've said from a business standpoint, Zuckerberg knows what he's doing. You can't pull the wool over my eyes, or for most people who are watching, can't really pull the wool over my eyes. But I can see consumers definitely going for it because Facebook is trusted. So to say, Gervais Wright, they are slick. They also are creating the security token, which you need 1 billion to get in on, and watch that token be backed by Bitcoin. Yep, I've been telling people they have a plan in place. This is just the beginning. I believe cryptocurrency will be involved more than they're showing. So let's see what else we got. Tony Nolly, once they get you to agree to the rules, they can change them. Yep, we've seen that with Bittrex, Poloniex. If you think Facebook won't do it, you are sadly mistaken. You have not been around the last 5-10 years. So let's see. Jizzy Mac, just another database coin. Exactly. Jamal J, trying to figure out if Bitcoin is going to retrace or not. When's the time to jump in heavy? About 3 months ago, we discussed 3K maybe being a generational bottom. That would have been the time to jump in heavy. But right now, dollar cost averaging has been working for everybody I've discussed it with. Buy a small amount over time, no matter the price. Just keep stacking sats, so to say. Just buy a little bit at a time over time. Every check or every time you get some money in, buy a small amount, keep stacking it, and you'll be thankful in the next decade, I believe. So let's see who else we got. Crypto and Culture, yo, what's going on, man? And yes, make sure you smash the likes, people. For those of you still watching on Facebook, same thing. Make sure you smash the likes and shares so we can make sure we get this algorithm popping. So jumping back into the Libra white paper, because I want to finish up here. This is our main story for the day. I just want to make sure we get it all out. It's much like Tezos. We've discussed why on-chain governance is needed for certain projects. Facebook definitely will need on-chain governance for what they're doing, but it's nothing like other cryptocurrencies. Tezos is much like it, but Tezos has come under fire for the same thing. Same type of governance people don't want. Definitely have to look out for that. It says much like Ethereum is programmable money. Also like Ethereum, they say it is proof of stake for the future, but it's not ready yet. So basically membership eligibility, people who have the nodes will validate transactions and make money off of just validating transactions. That's it. Just having the computer power to validate those transactions. A lot of big companies that'll make some money off of that. Like Binance, it says it does a lot of burning. So they'll burn the value or they'll burn coins as time goes on. And let's see, like EOS, it hasn't worked everything out yet. So that is one sort of, way you can compare them is that, hey, we have governance, we have plans, but they haven't really forced their members to do anything substantial. So we'll see how it actually works out. That is my spiel on Facebook's Libra protocol. My final words on it is, for one, read the white paper for yourself if you want to get all of the information. For two, do not be fooled by them calling it a cryptocurrency. It is not. technically a cryptocurrency. It is sort of decentralized and it will have a blockchain, but it is not a traditional cryptocurrency. And last but not least, when Facebook does unroll Libra in 2020, if you want to use it for medium of exchange or a unit of account, that is good. But I still say that Bitcoin is the best store of value the world has ever seen and will eventually become the best money as well. So those are my thoughts on Facebook Coin. So moving forward to our next story. Canadian pharmacy to track cannabis via blockchain in a new pilot program. Nice. So Shoppers Drug Mart has partnered with blockchain company TrueTrace to launch a pilot program for a cannabis supply chain via the blockchain. So we'll definitely give them a hand as well. Oh yeah, shout out to them. And I love this story simply because we've been discussing supply chains for a little minute. What would be great use cases? Who could use it? Who couldn't? Cannabis industry could definitely use a supply chain. Definitely one of the things where, if you are a cannabis user, if you use CBD oil, if you're just a casual recreational user, one of the things you've noticed if you use it over time is that if you bought marijuana you bought weed when you were younger, 10 years ago, where it came from, what strain it was, kind of was like, who cares? But at certain point, especially once I moved to California, they're what they called cannabis snobs, where people actually want to know the product, the strain, the cultivator, the chemistry components, and everything. So they want to know everything involved with it, from seed to the store, because we have plenty of places to buy it now. But this is one of the things that a blockchain can help with, if it makes it faster and if it makes it cheaper to track each type of strain and genetics. So the executive actually commented on this. He says, they can say this particular product, strain, cultivator has this chemistry component, and my patient is consistently on this drug and has gotten great outcomes. Then we can start triangulating that data. And this is a huge leap for the industry. And I agree, because for most people who are entering the CBD oil cannabis industry, they're a little late, I would say. However, applying that to blockchain is very early. So I like this story simply because they're doing it right out the gate. Just go ahead and start with cannabis and blockchain. And other projects who may have something similar, they may not use the blockchain the same way, but they have a coin associated with it. I've always said that associating a coin could either make or break it. But if you actually use the blockchain to track it, that could help your business. And if you go public, you throw blockchain in there. Hey, we're doing blockchain testing. Boom, your stock goes up. I mean, shit, MoneyGram stock just blew through the roof last night. And all they did was say they partnered with Ripple. So the whole blockchain stimulus package is very real, people. And shout out to this Canadian pharmacy company for using it. So let's jump into some more comments before we get to our last story of the day. Allison Thompson, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Leroy Forbes, thank you for joining in as well. Did you bite? I'm so confused why your show doesn't have way more viewers. So many bad crypto shows out there. Well, me and King have decided, we decided from the beginning to make it organic. We'll let our work speak for ourselves. And we literally do this out the love of our heart. Not doing this really for any money. Well, we don't make any money off of this. So this is literally why we did it, just to get people who really care about the crypto industry, people who see, a lot of crypto shows, a lot of YouTubers, people have their different styles. But for us, we wanted to keep it organic and make sure we could do things improv right off the head, so people who watch us realize how much we really know about this industry. So thanks for the support. But yeah, like I said, we'll just keep it organic. We'll keep this little group between us, so to say. So getting to our last story for the day, Litecoin, or some people like to call it Litecoin, which is kind of corny, but Litecoin Foundation to release physical cryptocurrency debit card. Litecoin Foundation has announced a partnership with the Bbox exchange and blockchain firm Turnio to produce a physical crypto debit card. So it looks like Charlie Lee has decided, hey, all these Litecoin fans, all these people who use my coin, they definitely need a way to use a debit card outside of what's available. Because, you have WireX, Simplex, you have a few different options available right now. However, when they unveil it, this will be exclusively for people who use Litecoin. And they say this is an exciting partnership as it furthers their mission to create more use cases. They definitely want to use Litecoin for everyday life. And a lot of people use Litecoin now. They still, to this day, they call it the silver to Bitcoin's gold. And they've been using it, for the past 7-8 years. So shout out to Litecoin. Definitely shout out to Charlie Lee. That's a project that's been around forever. And as I discussed, their price before is at $133. It was at $30, I believe, when it hit its bottom, maybe around 25. So shout out to them. Price growth and getting a debit card. So if you have some Litecoin, you want to use that debit card, look out for that. So that is all the news I have for you all today. I appreciate the support from everybody. Definitely had to run it solo today. Make sure we keep it going. And for our free crypto coin for today, I want to start the discussion about Libra's cryptocurrency. What are your thoughts? How can it be used? Do you hate it? Do you love it? Do you think Zuckerberg is trying to take over the world? Whatever you think, put that comment, put your crypto coin address, and we'll send those free coins to you. I appreciate everybody for watching, and have a great Tuesday. Cheers.